Hey, how's it going everyone, and welcome to a small little vlog. I want to do a content update for some of the upcoming stuff that I had planned and just sort of keep you guys in the loop on what's been going on, and also sort of an update on how I've been doing. I thought I would sort of do this every quarter, as we're kind of moving throughout the year, so this is kind of experimental, just kind of keep you guys updated on everything that's been going on, and like I said, the stuff that I have planned. So, since my kind of channel update for the new year, you guys know that I sort of detailed out a schedule that I was going to do. I told you guys that I wanted to adhere to, sort of a schedule that would allow me the flexibility as well as not be so overbearing on my day-to-day life, where, I could really kind of focus on the things I needed to focus on, as well as also doing YouTube, where it could still be something that, I'm consistent with, and I could upload content for you guys, that you wanted to see. So I think that what you've seen these past couple months have just sort of been like that. You've seen me uploading videos, per the schedule that I detailed to you guys. There were some weeks that I missed, some weeks that I skipped. For example, last week, well, technically you guys are seeing this vlog on Tuesday, right, that I'm uploading it, but I'm actually recording this on Friday, the week prior. So, I took this week off, technically, just to record this video, and I also kind of wanted to refocus and, schedule some things with videos that I have going on, sort of write down some of the stuff I wanted to cover, and just kind of focus it into this one vlog. So you guys are seeing this on Tuesday. This is going to be kicking off this YouTube schedule basically for April, May, and June, all right, kind of bringing us through the spring into the summer. So as I said in my channel update, I'm sort of catching up on my backlog. I've been sort of behind on games for years now. And the good news is that, guys, I'm really on track, and I really do believe that I could be done with my backlog by May. Currently, right now, I'm playing Watch Dogs Legion on the Xbox Series X. I should actually have that game completed. Well, technically, I should have it completed by the time you're seeing this video, but this coming weekend, for me, I'm very close to actually finishing it. It's actually not a long game, which I was really surprised and actually happy about as well. So, Watch Dogs Legion will be done, and then that basically leaves me with just Call of Duty, The Dark Pictures Little Hope, and Yakuza 7, that I still have to play in terms of the launch titles for the new consoles. And then this year so far, really, there's only been Hitman 3 in the medium, that has come out. There hasn't really been anything else. I know Outriders just came out, but that's a looter shooter game, and I made a promise to myself that I was going to try to be a little bit more selective with the games I played, because last generation I just played everything. I tried Destiny, I tried The Division, I tried Anthem, and I tried all these looter shooter games. And as someone who primarily plays games for the narrative storytelling aspect of it, those games they're not made for me. I'm not the target audience. But I still gave them a shot, and I still tried them out. So Outriders is one, I played the demo, and I like some aspects of it, I must admit. But, if I am going to play that game, I'm going to have to really kind of wait and see what people are saying. That is one that I'm kind of holding off on, but at this point in time, I am not playing it. Which actually leads me to the later end of this month in April is really when games are starting to come out. We have Returnal, which is the first major PS5 exclusive coming out this year, which I'm really excited for. I actually really hope that the game's really good. We also have the Nier Replicant game coming out, which is a remake of the first Nier that came out on the 360 and PS3 back in 2010 or something. So those are really the only two games, and none of those I expect are going to be long by any means. In fact, the only game that I currently have right now, which I probably is going to take me a decent amount of time, is Yakuza 7, but that is one that I'm not entirely sure I'm going to finish, if I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. I've been a Yakuza fan throughout the many years, ever since I played Yakuza 4, which is my first entry into the series, was that game. And Yakuza 7 is a departure of that. It's turn-based now, and I understand, and I actually applaud them for trying something different. A lot of game companies don't even have the guts to even change drastically their gameplay in their series like that, but this is something that I don't know if I'm going to like, because I typically am not a fan of turn-based combat styles. So, you know, I'm hoping that I do like it. I honestly do, because I love that franchise and I'm going to love exploring the world. But, you know, the combat, it might be hit or miss for me. So I don't know if I'm going to finish that game. I also know it's going to be long, so it's going to have to be enjoyable if I'm going to finish it. So we're going to have to wait and see. And, you know, follow me on Twitter, guys. That is basically the best way to hear my thoughts on games, and also you can actually have a voice, a say in what I'm playing next. So a lot of people voted for me to play Watch Dogs Legion after I beat Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I think that people are trying to murder me with these open world Ubisoft games just back to back. But thankfully Legion I'm actually enjoying more than Valhalla, and it's a lot shorter. So I should have it beat already by the time you guys are seeing this video, which is great. So yeah, I am actually expecting by May, around middle of May is when I should actually be fully caught up with you guys. And the reason why this is so exciting for me is not just being able to play games on release and as they come out like I used to be doing, but to you guys, bringing back reviews. That is something that I've actually been really excited to discuss with you guys, and something that I've actually really wanted to do for a little while now, is to bring back reviews on this channel. So reviews, quite honestly, you know, I started this channel doing reviews. My first ever review on this channel was Midnight Club Los Angeles, and it was awful. You could still watch those videos to this day, but you know, those are still up on the channel. But it's kind of like coming full circle. You know, I used to do video game reviews, and I stopped, and I transitioned to do all this other stuff, and so now I'm actually coming back to doing video game reviews. This is exciting. You know, these are gonna I don't expect these to be super long videos. You know, I'm not gonna go so overboard with it. You know, these are just gonna be kind of standard. You know, me discussing the game. You know, some gameplay here and there, and I'd actually like it that if everything goes well with my backlog and I actually catch up by middle of May, I would like my first review, my comeback review on this channel, to be Resident Evil Village. So, provided that everything is fine and that works out, the first review that you guys should see returning is Resident Evil Village. And of course, maybe earlier or later, depending on when I actually do play the game. But I'm figuring by the time that game comes out, or around the time that game comes out, I'll probably be able to review that game, you know? And I don't want to sit here and make it seem like, you know, I'm going to be reviewing everything, you know? There are some smaller niche games that I do like to play that I don't think are going to warrant so much of a review. But at the same time, you know, for the bigger stuff, I think it's you know, pretty exciting, and that's something that I could really focus on. And, you know, when we have lots of games sort of releasing back to back to back, you know, I would ask just for your patience and stuff. You know, I'm not gonna, you guys know me, I'm not gonna rush through the games. I'm gonna make sure I play them, make sure I experience everything I want to and everything the game has to offer, and I'm gonna play at my own pace. So it may take me a few weeks from when the game comes out to actually complete it and put the review out. But you know, this isn't about being the first to put my voice out there or anything like that. I know a lot of you guys just like to hear my opinions on things, and I really do appreciate that. It's very humbling to know that. So just understand that when reviews come back, they may not be immediately as the game comes out, of course not. You know, it may take me some time to play through it and beat it, of course, but I'm hoping that, you know, if I can upload it within a month of like the games being released, that's a pretty good, you know, that's a pretty good target, I think. And that's short, that's within the time frame that the game has come out, where I feel it is not too soon and not too late. So that's exciting stuff. That's pretty much the main thing that I wanted to discuss with you guys, is just bringing back reviews. I really think I'll be able to do that during the spring, you know, sometime in May, I really believe. So I'm gonna target and hope for a Resident Evil Village review around the time that that game comes out. And of course, you know, you guys can let me know what you think when that video comes up. Additionally, I know that there has sort of been just gameplay vlogs on the channel, you know, gameplay discussion videos. Those have just kind of been going back to back. You guys are probably in the mood for some more exciting type of content. Well, guess what? How about another collection video? I just completed, actually in February I completed, my full Xbox 360 game collection. Like, I have every single game I want to get for the Xbox 360. It is my largest collection to date. There's around, I think there's over 180 games or something around there in terms of how many games I have on 360. It is a ton. So I'm going to upload sometime this month my Xbox 360 game collection video, the full complete one with all the games, and it's going to be in the same format that I did my PS4 and Xbox One collection, where I'm just sort of talking and showing you guys the game. We're going to kind of go through them rather quickly, but that is something that I'm actually really looking forward to doing, and that has been a long time coming. You know, I've been collecting for the 360 for almost a decade at this point. You know, ever since I got serious with game collecting around 2012, 2013. So it's been a long time. And I'm also considering doing an updated PlayStation 3 game collection. Now, I did my full complete PlayStation 3 game collection already, right? But, there are some games that I have gotten and also gotten rid of since that collection. You know, I've sort of been looking through my game collections and more or less organizing, as well as just making sure that the games in my collections are actually games I want to play. You know, I don't want to just sit there and collect for the sake of collecting. You know, this is supposed to be my personal collection, games I actually can see myself playing. And I felt like early on, that was like one of the main mistakes I made, was just make a list and collect everything. Even though you're not interested in that particular game, get it because it's a popular game for the system, you know? So I don't want to do that, and, I've since have sort of taken a look at my collection and tried to really sort of differentiate which games I'm not so interested in, and in which games I'm actually am going to play. So the PS3 game collection, an updated one, I feel like would be well worth it, because some games have changed, like I said, and I can also do it in the new format. When I did that video a couple years ago, it was literally me sitting there with about 50 or so PS3 games, and I talked for over an hour and a half. It was way too long of a video. I want to make it digestible. I want to make it easy to watch, and I want to also put it within the new format that I've sort of been doing with those game collection videos. So similar to the PS4 and Xbox One game collection, you guys might actually see a PS3 and Xbox 360 game collection video this month. My target is to get both of those up this month, so in the coming weeks. And I guess while we're on the topic of the PS3, you guys see the PS3 booted up behind me. I've been downloading games from the PlayStation Store and kind of re-downloading my library and organizing everything. The PlayStation Store is closing in July, which is really unfortunate news. I was thinking about making a video on it, but I just, there isn't much to say. It's happening. I'm kind of going through my library here, downloading everything that I had, looking through games that I didn't purchase yet that I may actually want to play in the future. So it sucks, I really love that era of gaming. It's my personal favorite era of gaming, and it doesn't feel that long ago. It doesn't feel that long since I was gaming on the PS3 when it was relevant and everything like that. It's just amazing how fast time goes by, and I think about it right now. I'm like, man, if you were born in 2006, when the PS3 came out, you are 15 years old right now, or almost 15 years old. Like, that's nuts. That is nuts, because I was around, I was 13 when the PlayStation 3 came out, which is just, no, I was actually 12. Yeah, I was actually 12 when the PS3 came out, which is just, it's absolutely nuts. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but it actually was. So I've been going through my PS3 Slim and also my standard original PS3 80 gigabyte, and I kind of been downloading all my games and downloading updates and stuff. I know Sony says you can download it later, but I thought this would be a good opportunity to make sure that I have everything organized on the systems. And I honestly feel like the price of PS3 games is going to skyrocket because of this. So if you plan on actually collecting for the PS3 system, which honestly, there's a lot of great games on there that haven't been ported over to the PS4 yet, or even the PS5, I guess, at this point. I honestly, you probably want to look at getting those games sooner rather than later, because I think a lot of those games are probably going to go up in price, because now the only way you'll be able to play Killzone 2 without streaming it, via PS Now is through the disc. So it's gonna probably increase the price of a lot of those games. Luckily, my whole PS3 collection is already complete, not getting any more games for it, so it's just a matter of getting the last bit of downloadable content, as well as small mini games, and some of the PS2 and original PlayStation classics as well on those systems. So that's what I've been doing, and I'm probably going to be doing this for the next couple of weeks, because there's a lot of stuff to kind of go over. So there is that. Now, the last thing I kind of want to discuss with you guys is regarding E3. E3 has now been confirmed. It's not going to be a actual convention this year, which I think we all expected. We're kind of slowly transitioning out of being in quarantine, but we're still kind of stuck in there, and a lot of people do not feel comfortable going to a convention of 50 or 60,000 people. That would just be awful. So E3 has now actually been renamed to the Electronic Entertainment Experience, and is going to be a digital event. I don't know if it's going to be a digital event going forward, though. I'd almost suspect that it is, and this is kind of sad because, as much of an issue I had with E3 when it opened to just everyone and everyone was allowed to come in because it was so disorganized, I'm so thankful that I got to go to E3 back when it was kind of closed to, just the press and just the journalists only, because, if you weren't basically within the industry, you weren't able to go before. And it was nice because you got to play everything you wanted to play, and there was no significant lines or anything. It was really nice. It was large, but it felt very organized. And as soon as they allowed an extra 20-30,000 people to buy tickets and attend, like, they didn't know what to do with it, and it was like waiting 6 hours. I remember that I wanted to play Wolfenstein 2 when it was coming out, right? And I was at E3. The guy said, oh yeah, it's about a 7-hour wait, if you want to stand in line. It's like, just to play one game. It's fucking ridiculous. What I'm sad about, honestly, is the lack of actual press conferences and not being able to go to those press conferences. I'm so glad I got to, attend a lot of those, and got to record that footage for you guys, but that's something that I always enjoyed doing, was going to the Microsoft press conference, going to EA Play, the Ubisoft conference. It was like a week of just exciting reveals, and you got to be there in the moment. It was such an incredible experience, and I just don't think that that's going to be a thing anymore. It's really kind of sad, The nice thing is because it's so convenient, we all just sit at our homes and stuff, and we could watch everything that's happening, and E3 is now a much longer event. It takes place over the course of a couple months now instead of just a week. But, again, I miss the physical aspect of it. I have to be quite honest with you guys. So what I'm going to be doing this year for E3 is, of course, I'm going to be talking about any of the press conferences, or I guess the streams that they do. I know Sony does their State of Play conference and things like that. So you'll probably see videos of me discussing that. Again, E3 takes place over the course of a couple months now, so it's going to kind of be hard to sit there and just make a single video because news is going to be coming out sort of all throughout the summer. So I'm going to have to see how that is, but I do plan on covering it in some way. Just as we get closer to that, you guys will actually know. I think other than that, that pretty much covers everything. I am considering as well doing an updated sort of PS5 versus Series X video because we've now had the consoles for almost 6 months. So I think it'd be good to sort of revisit my opinions on those. To be quite honest with you guys, some of the stuff that I had an issue with during launch has now been fixed. New issues have arisen, and I'm thinking about doing sort of an updated review, I guess, of just those two consoles and where they're at in this current state of their lifespan. So you guys are going to have to wait and see regarding that. But yeah, I think we got some good stuff coming up. So reviews around May. My PS3 updated, as well as my Xbox 360 full completed game collection videos coming this month. And then for June, expect like the E3 stuff, more announcements. It's also my birthday in June, so stuff like that. One other quick final note I wanted to mention is that things at work have been just going exceptionally well, if I'm being quite honest. I'm actually doing very, very well. And what's really cool is that I'm going to be traveling actually towards the end of this year. So I won't tell you guys where I'm going yet, but it's the furthest I have ever been from home, and it's out of the country. It's like way out of the country. So I'm a bit nervous because this will be kind of my first time sort of traveling on my own. It's an all expense paid for, kind of vacation, if I'm being completely honest, even though it is work related. But it's going to be pretty exciting. So I'm thinking about actually doing some travel vlogs and stuff. That's not going to be until the end of the year though, so it's not coming soon, but down the line. And yeah, this is something I wanted to sort of do on this channel, is as it's going to stay focused on gaming. It's always going to be focused on gaming, but to have sort of small personal things come up here and there, lifestyle stuff, I think is pretty exciting and stuff I want to share with you guys. Cool stuff that's happening. So, yeah, good stuff is coming. But for now, I hope you guys are excited for the upcoming stuff during the spring. And yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for videos or anything that you guys want to see in particular, things I didn't mention here, voice them in the comments. I'm always listening. And other than that, we'll see each other soon. All right. So hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll talk later. Thanks.